I was not at all drawn nor appealed, and the years passed on. In 1935, I started my hospital at a place where the accommodation was very small, and the next door to it, Bachubai Dada Chandji was staying next door. I wanted the bigger flat. I requested them that if they could give me that flat and if they could go to the top floor, I will pay the extra rent and I will be very happy to get the flat for my hospital purpose. She told me she will just let me know her answer after consulting her grandfather. I did not know then that her grandfather was Meher Baba. So after a few days, she told me that you can have the flat. Years together afterwards, she told me that when I asked Baba whether the premises should be given to Dr. Kambata, he said, "She is mine. You can give her willingly." As the time passed on, Bachubai Dada Chandji's daughter Nargesh fell ill, and she was brought to my hospital. There she started telling me the stories of Baba, and Arnawaj, her sister, was also coming. And the story was so fascinating, so interesting, so exciting. Though I did not understand what was the depth of it, but it was a great pleasure to hear day after day and hours after hours. As soon as my work was over, I was requesting them to talk more and more so that I can understand. But in fact, I did not know that a human being can have a master. But I could understand that there is a depth of spirituality. The talk has impressed me so much that I wanted to know. I had determined to know more about our life, why we are born. And I started studying different religions, including mine, in my capacity. But I was not his great personality. I was thrilled. I was excited. I couldn't speak. As he was silent, I started being silent. Neither I wished him, because I did not know how to wish him. He was too great for my imagination. Then Faramroj told me that you should not keep silent. You can speak. Even I did not offer him a chair to sit down. Faramroj gave the chair, and I made Baba sit, and Faramroj made Baba sit, and he made me to sit. After myself being composed a little while, Baba asked, "Have you any questions to ask me?" It was a surprise to me. What question I could have when I did not know anything about it. So I said, "No, Baba, I've got nothing to ask." He pressed me repeatedly, "Ask me anything." All of a sudden the idea came to me. "Baba, since 1 month there is an epidemic of diarrhea, and number of my newborn babies have died. I would like that this incident should not happen. Otherwise, the name of the hospital is spoiled." Baba kept quiet, and then he asked me another question. Again, it was a puzzle to me. And without thinking, without knowing anything, all of a sudden I said, "I wish to go to the West for higher study." This question I hadn't had a minute before in my mind, but all of a sudden it did come. Baba said, "I will certainly send you, but not now. Now show me your hospital." I took him to my maternity ward, to my theater, to my dispensary, to my kitchen, to my own office room. but I did not take him where the patients were lying in the ward, because Parsis were against Baba at that time, which I knew from Dada Chanchi. Baba, after taking round, he went away. But what he left me? A heart full of joy, joy which never contained in my body. It was overflowing. And I was just not walking, but walking in the air, flying in the air. Such was my joy. It lasted for hours together, and I wanted to know more and more of him. Opportunity did come, and I did see. I could understand why could Baba, why people do not understand him. Baba told me that whatever you do, you leave everything to me and you do your work. Now it so happened that my parents, how is it that nobody is crying and I'm crying so much? I did not know. It was the love which Baba was pouring to me. After this, there was a dinner and Baba served food to all of us. It was a pleasure to see Baba serving each of us. We had hearty meal. And I was so exhausted with all the excitement that I wanted to take rest. Meanwhile, the order came from Baba. Nobody should relax. All should be up and doing. All should be alert. So I had to be on the alert. And Baba took all the women to the top, to the Merabad hill. There in a big hall where Baba had his Mera and Baba were staying, that big hall, we were collected about 200 women packed together. All wanted to be near Baba. I did not know the importance of being near Baba. So I hid myself behind him and I wanted to sleep. So Baba was giving beautiful spiritual lectures. Not a word I understood, nor I had the interest, because I did not follow. I was so tired that I was dozing. Meanwhile, Baba clapped, "Where is Alu?" I was just got up from my sleep and here I am, Baba. He said, "People are craving to see me and you are trying to be away from me." So I was brought nearer to him. I felt very awkward. But the compassionate father asked me, "Are you tired?" I said, "Yes, Baba, I'm very tired." So he told me, "All right, after finishing the lecture, I can give you rest." And he did give me rest. And I slept for 1 full hour and I was refreshed. Once, next day when Baba asked me, "How do you feel?" I said, "Baba, I feel guilty." Why? Because I told lie to my mother. I told her that I'm going for a post. So he says, "Don't worry, nothing will happen. Everything will be quite okay." When I returned to Bombay, my mother never put a question to me what had happened about my post. Otherwise, she is very particular about my every doings. So this was the first experience which I got. If you do things in name of Baba, nothing happens. Time passed on. More and more contact of Baba. I came in contact of Baba. I was just writing letters to him, expressing all. Then the landlady of the boarding house was against Baba, which I did not know. So I wanted to send some money to Baba, but I did not know that whether he could accept it or not, because that was my first experience. So I told that landlady that if you don't mind, will you please suggest me the plan? How can I send a token of love in gift in the way of money to beloved Baba. So she said, you can send it in my name. So I read it and did it. And the Baba's reply came to her that I was expecting that money, and as I started a new hospital, I wanted some instruments and I will buy out of it. So when the letter came, she had a hearty laugh. Oh, your Baba being God, knowing everything. I whom I have not seen him, he knew that the money would come from me and he's going to buy equipment for the hospital. But I had to keep up because I did not understand then the meaning of it. Now I could understand that the reply was to me. So anyway, that incident impressed me, that Baba is all-knowing. Then when I went to this, after that when I went to Dublin, I wrote my first letter after 21 days to Baba, saying how happy I was, how grateful I was to him. In reply, he wrote to me, you are one of the few fortunates who are so close to me. And that letter is imprinted in my heart so deeply that Baba loves you more than you could ever expect. And this was a great pleasure to know that you are one of his nearest ones. After that, after passing my Dublin examination, I had to go to Vienna. So I went to Vienna with my friend. In the way, there the language was Germany, at that German language. So in the way, the whole train was full of Germans. Nobody knew English. We both wanted to go to the toilet. So we went to the toilet, keeping our portfolio, everything there inside the cabin. And when we came back, we saw that our trunk and everything were taken away. And we were without anything. Even our passport and everything was inside. So we were very much frightened. What can we do to the new place? We went from compartment to compartment, entreating everybody if they could understand English. None understood English. So we prayed to Baba, how to go to a foreign land without anything, without any clothes.
Jai Baba. I completed my automobile engineering course when I was staying with Baba at Manzilameen, Bombay. I got my driving license there. After getting the license, Baba gave me one of his lockets and said that I must put that locket on always throughout my life, day and night, and particularly when I drive a car. And I should always mention his name. That I've been doing continuously up till now. At Manzilameen, Baba had an old car, Overland, which I drove there for Baba. After that, when Baba left Manzilameen and came and settled down at Mehrabad, I had the good fortune of driving Baba many a times with Mandali, male Mandali, female Mandali, and many a times Baba alone, myself in the car. On such occasions, I was very happy and to be with Baba alone in the car. Baba used to sit on the front seat with me and talk to me. He used to ask me questions of myself, my family, my future, and he used to like my driving very much. On the way, he would pat me on the back or kiss me or give me his hand for me to kiss. If there was any silence between us two while driving, all of a sudden he would ask me, what are you thinking? So I had to say whatever I was thinking, whether I was thinking of Baba or whether I was thinking of business or household affairs or anything. So Baba always used to tell me, you don't worry, you have left everything on me, obey me, love me, and I'll see that everything goes well with you in future. Many a time he even spoke to me, see that I am the fortunate to drive him alone many a times. I drove him to Bombay, to Pune, to Panchgani, to Mahabaleshwar, to Nasik, and many other places. When I used to drive him with female Mandali, there used to be a screen between the front and the rear seat. Baba used to sit with me on the front seat, and the female Mandali used to sit behind. Female Mandali, by female Mandali I mean Mehra, Mani and the rest. Once I drove them to Bombay, and in proper Bombay